Welcome to Dying Breed. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a sandworm from Dune, but the boys are going to pop out of this hole wearing red berets and purple camo. Who knows what they are trying to camouflage themselves against, but this is Dying Breed, a Command & Conquer parody. At least, I think it's a parody. I don't know an awful lot about this game. My bro sent it to me last night, and the Harvester appears to be the most powerful unit that I can build in the game. This is like The Room. You know that movie, The Room, by Tommy Wiseau? But it's a Command & Conquer parody. We've got commando missions on the first mission. We have Tesla energy all mixed up from Red Alert 2, powering the World West Alliance settlements. Female scientists causing end of the world, perhaps? I don't even know what's going on here, but this guy is meant to be Kane. I'm not sure who he is. He looks a little bit too fancy to be Kane, and he's definitely got too much hair on his chin and on his head to be Kane. But we started with the Nod faction, who appear to love sandworms, and they clone their units instead of building and training them, so that's that, I guess. In this game, I feel like we have a lot of Command & Conquer elements that need a lot of work, but really, it is quite fun if you're into that nostalgic feels. Right now, the game is in early access, and it is quite an early access feeling game. The pathfinding is quite off. The units are definitely not balanced. The flamethrower does almost no damage to anybody. It is absolutely full of these FMV full motion video, i.e. old school style Command & Conquer cutscenes, but they are cringe. You can see all of the voice actors reading their lines off a prompt. They didn't even learn their lines for these action movie sequences. We have lore here, so it appears that in World War II, the Nazis sent off a lot of nukes and nuked most of the World West Alliance. Everybody else moved down into the global south, starting new colonies and that. Starting the game here in 1991 with Neo Paris, Fort Knox being placed in Africa. I wonder what the deal is, but you do have some lore that develops here around the new Tiberium clone replacement called Substance D. It's blue instead of green, and you do have some pretty interesting mechanics, i.e. an underworld and overworld mechanic. You can go into tunnels or underground passages, and there you'll find little sand trouts or sandworms, where you can, I don't know, sort of flank the enemy, I guess, but you can seamlessly go between the two of these places. The rocket trooper in this game absolutely annihilates infantry, unlike CNC, where it only really damages buildings and vehicles. Nostalgic feels really do hit you when you're playing this game, because each one of the cutscenes appears to be a mimic or a clone of the original. This game, it almost feels like a carbon copy of CNC 1, Tiberian Dawn. That is the first Command & Conquer, mixed a little bit with Red Alert, but they've sort of put it all in a big blender, remade it in a Unity engine, or is it Unreal? I'm not even sure. But these cutscenes are totally ridiculous. I believe this guy is using a paintball rifle with the hopper unscrewed. He even has a bad green screen effect on his scope. I don't know where these guys are from, but they all have a really funny, odd accent. In this game, there's some weird science going on. There appear to be mutants, zombies, sandworms, and other strange technologies at play here. Obviously, the Empire people are using clones or something, and for some reason, there's a bunch of engineers living inside a shipment container. Maybe they were captured, but we're going to let them out here and hopefully go and capture that not-so-nod, that enemy ascendant order? I don't know. Are we supposed to be able to say that easily? This is a really strange name choice for the Nod faction. I don't know what to tell you about this game. It's definitely unfinished. It plays very oddly. Sometimes the cutscenes play twice for a different mission and you think you've selected the same mission. It's very early access. This was published by Micropros, who like to go around small game studios these days and start publishing their games. I don't know, this game, it might have a lot of hope, but here you see me lose all of my units to two guys and then fail the mission even though my Chinook is still alive. This might be one to wait a bit before you buy, or if you like supporting indie studios, you might want to pay pig them and give them the £12 that I paid for it on Steam. Who knows, maybe you are a super CNC fan like myself and you want to check this out. but it definitely feels like The Room. It's cringe humor. I don't know whether they're intending it to be this silly or not, but it is very funny, very silly game in that kind of cringe Schadenfreude feel that you get. A lot of the building sound effects sounds like it was done with a guy speaking noises into his microphone, like going building online. It does not sound like a proper sound effect. I don't know if that is a placeholder or not. When you click the WWA barracks, they go, WA is the best.
West Lion is the best.
Is that a placeholder, or is that what you guys are going with? I don't know if you guys are fully leaning into the ridiculous parody universe, or you've just accidentally made the most hilarious cringe humor The Room style game that I've ever seen. But go and check out Dying Breed. It's always fun to support indie developers, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Whoa, wait a minute, just a moment. If you are a CNC fan, do subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be checking out Renegade, Command & Conquer Renegade. That's a first-person shooter that most people have never even heard of, and I'm going to be showing you gameplay of the multiplayer here in 2025. Yes, there are servers with over 60 players in playing these games here in 2025, so subscribe for that. And thanks, guys. I'll catch you on the next one.